and welcome to conversations where teens and young persons can ask important questions of senior influencers. This project is entitled Bridging the Gap. It is a program designed to establish positive relationships between seniors and youth. This initiative is part of the Power of One project, a collaboration of the Loveuntil Foundation and the Republic Bank of Trinidad and Tobago Limited. Bridging the Gap interviews with senior influencers in Trinidad and Tobago. Episode 2 featuring Doctor Eastland Mckenzie. Can you tell us a little about your youth and how you got to where you are today?
Up in a small village, but from a big family. There were many siblings in the family. I went to the village primary school, and at that time we used to have school concerts, and I was always reciting and being on stage and saying recitations, and school concerts in those days were very, very common. Every primary school had a concert. I grew up in that, and then I left primary school and I went to Bishop's High School. You came from an environment where in the primary school where you had a teacher to a secondary school where you had many teachers depending on the subject, and then you were exposed to the co-curricular activities. So I played netball, I played dodgeball, and obviously I was in the drama group. In fact, some of those friends, we continued in drama after we left primary school, secondary school, into drama groups. So I belonged to a Tobago Drama Guild and so on. So I had a very exciting and lovely youth. You had to respect the older people. You had to have the kind of manners that they instilled in you. If we didn't have inside plumbing and so on as you children grow up now, so when we tell you, oh, we had to fetch water from the standpipe, how long, and the bucket filled with water, and you had to put bush at the top so that the water wouldn't spill as you walk with it on the road. Your parents would send you to carry things for the old people. You would help the old people. You had to have respect for the old people. If you did anything and they saw that you were misbehaving, they could call you and flog you. So it was a different type of upbringing, but we loved it. And we had to go to church. As a youth, I went to church. I sang in the church choir. I also taught Sunday school because I went to the Anglican church. I was not much involved in the community activities. After school, I was more involved in school activities or club activities like the drama club and Sunday school, teaching Sunday school, church choir, and that type of thing. So I had a good youth, good youthful days. I enjoyed it. We didn't have the distractions that you all have now. We didn't have no television and in fact no radio, and all you have internet, and all you could Google and do all sorts of things. We didn't have that. Yeah.
As an aging society, what can we do to better prepare the next generation of senior citizens?
First, we have to have an understanding, a love, a caring, and interest in their development. We have to be willing to share our knowledge, our experience, to make them see or live a life that they would see when what they are saying, what we are saying, is something that we could copy and carry. Good manners, eating properly, showing respect, showing love, being a brother's keeper, that type of thing. If we have to perpetuate that, we have to be genuine, we have to be honest, we have to be true, we have to make you all feel confident that you're going in the right direction, and what you see, monkey see, monkey do.
Tell us something that most people may not know about you.
I don't know that I love to look at lawn tennis on the television. Yeah, I'm a lawn tennis person. I never played, but I follow it. I like to look at Wimbledon is on now. I would look at the scores on the papers and so on. So I could say that is one of the things. Many people would know that at one time I rode a bicycle from my home to Bishop's High School. So I loved to ride a bicycle. I was a very good rider. I was a very good daredevil rider. And people would know that because I have a deep, hard voice, that I used to sing in a choir. Musica Teachers College Choir when I was a student at Musica Teachers.
What would you tell your teenage self based on what you know now?
My teenage self, go for it. You can do it. Don't think that because you were not rich or you didn't get a scholarship or you didn't this or you didn't that the sky is not the limit. You build beneath the skies, you build into low. Don't be afraid. Go into areas that you don't know. Do things.
You have 30 seconds to speak to a disillusioned young person. What will you say to him or her?
You are young, you're beautiful, you are made in God's image. This is just a passing cloud. Soon the sunshine of your life will be out. Take advantage of it, darling. Don't let a few minutes take you down. No, come on. Let me brag on you. I believe in you. You could do it. Snap out of this, my darling. There's something greater waiting ahead of you. This is just a test to see whether you pass the time. So go for it.
What are some of the contributions you have made to the youth in Trinidad and Tobago?
As a teacher, a primary school teacher, that would have been the greatest contribution that I could have made to the hundreds of children who would have passed under my leadership as a class teacher for them. Not only academically, but I got them involved in other things. We did gardening. I did Red Cross with them. I did drama with them. I made them write poems. We won several competitions in independence competitions that they used to have for short story writing, playwriting, writing poetry. And my students in my primary school, every year we won the top prizes. I gave them a responsibility. If I'm late for school, I must meet no child sitting down idling. I made them take part in music festival. I made them take part in arts festival. I myself took part in arts festival as a youth. I won prose and verse speaking in the country. I take part in the Tobago Heritage Festival. I also have been going to the Scarborough Secondary School every Friday morning until schools closed for the COVID, doing religious instruction to the children of the Methodist faith. Apart from that, I also prepare children to become full members of the Methodist Church at confirmation classes. So I have tried to contribute, spiritually, academically. I am also chairman of the Tobago Council for Special Children with Disabilities. And I've been a founding member of that organization when we started in 1974 to now. I ran a homework center for children who were underperforming in the primary school I went to. I ran it for some years. They were not performing. So after school, come there, gave them a snack. And I had other people, other former teachers who helped me, and we brought them up to scratch. And I got them into football. I can't kick a ball, but I got others to come and help them. And many of them are now playing football at higher levels for their clubs and their villages. So I think I would have tried.
What are some of the issues you see that are dividing the older generation and the younger generation?
Question of understanding and not listening. We need to listen to each other. We need respect. We need that type of interaction and mixing and sharing, because sometimes we're really selfish. And we have to know when to pass the baton on. The old people have to give the young people the confidence to say, hey, you could manage. So I think we need to appeal to the sensitivity and the heart strings of each other, the old for the young and the young for the old. But we have to dialogue, we have to talk, we have to understand without getting angry, without, pulling down one another. And there needs to be more conversation, more dialogue. more explanation, that type. So we have to start the conversation.
How can we improve relationships between the youth and the senior citizens in Trinidad and Tobago?
Start from small. We have to start from young, to show that we love you, to show that we care for you, not to rough you, not to pull you down and tell you you're so stupid, you're so ugly. Those negative connotations must come from senior citizens. It's better to say, Zara, I expected better of you. It says it different. And the rules and the policies and so on that we make to govern schools and homes and country have to be good, rewarding for you, making you feel happy to be a part of the whole and not to feel left out. So we have a terrific role to play, especially our teachers. Company you keep, I am telling you this, you have to watch it. Keep in your lane. Do not try to be 17 and you're just 15. You have to go through the stages of development, stages of understanding. You can't eat dumpling and you're a baby. You're drinking milk until you go from step to step to step. Take your time and grow up. Don't force ripe yourself. Them force ripe flocks mango that drop on the ground but from the tree. You can't eat them, they blister up your whole mouth. They're not ripe. Wait your time. Have set goals, where you want to go and how you're going to get there. I love my saying that I tell all my children from Alice in Wonderland. If you don't know where you're going, any road could take you there. You have to set goals for yourself. Take your time, go according to your pace, go according to your knowledge. And always ask the good Lord to point you in the right way and in the right direction. Let your conscience be your guide many times. You might just want to be a hairdresser or a nail technician, or you just want to learn to make lovely pastries and cookies and cupcakes, or you might want to be the best neurosurgeon. There's room for everybody. Very nice. Probably because I love them. They teach you so much because you all are honest. When you find a nice, honest child, they impact. They have an impact on your life. You have to correct them, but you have to show caring and love and interest in their development and their progress and so on. I like young people. I love them, and they have made me a better person.
In what ways are the older generation and younger generation similar?
They're similar, one, because we're human. We're similar because we're human. We're similar because the older people were young. We didn't grow big, we didn't just drop out big. We grew up, and therefore there should be this understanding. Our experiences may differ, but we are similar in the case where we want good. We all want good for ourselves. We want to be happy. We want to have joy in our lives. We want to see progress and development. We cannot, just because we have two strong legs, run ahead and win the race all the time. We have to look for those that we have to carry. There are those who have no legs, who have nothing, the differently able. We want the basics. We want opportunities, everybody. And we want to be respected and cared for and loved.
Be somebody decent you have, and have everybody in the village laughing at you. Like they give you something to eat or what?
Look, ma.
So look, mommy, I know what you're talking about. I go really have to get you fixed up with.
If you see separation out there, so that many of my peers, their only source of income in retirement is pension. That's their only source. They have nothing else.